So when I say that it is extremely important to set the atmosphere around you, you legitimately have to set the tone for your day. Whether it's morning, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is, you can literally change the atmosphere around you. Case in point, a couple days ago, I was having a really hard time separating my feelings from truth. There were three different areas in my life that were bumping against each other, and because I was already in a vulnerable state at that time, it was like compounding on top of each other. And as my thoughts were colliding with each other, it was just like, what in this situation is true? What is feeling and emotion? How can I separate them and process through what I'm feeling, but not let it get me stuck in this present moment? And it was so hard. And so I turned on my computer and I listened to, first it was Dr. Darius Daniels, and he talked about having strange faith. And it was the last in the series of Stranger Things. And really, really good message. And I got some great nuggets. And praise and worship during church was awesome. And it helped me to kind of shift my focus a little bit, but I still was like heavy and it was just heavy around me. And so it was like I still couldn't shake it. And I was like, strange faith, I was all the way there. And I was like, yes, I'm learning. He's a mindset preacher. So with me being a mindset coach, it just goes together. I really can relate to a lot of things he says. Um, but it was like I still couldn't shake it. And so then I flipped over to elevation worship, turned on Pastor Stephen Furtick. Praise and worship was going on. And this song, Trusting God, was just ministering to me. And I was like, what a great song. And they shifted from praise and worship to Pastor Stephen Furtick starting to preach. And he talked about ugly trust, ugly trust in God. And, trust in God until he lifts you, until God lifts you. That's what the acronym UGLY stood for, until God lifts you. And so from strange faith to ugly trust, it was like the two of those messages collided. And I was just like, oh my goodness, Lord, I hear you. But in this present moment, I cannot figure out how to get out of this spot I'm stuck in. Literally and figuratively, I was sitting right here in this same chair in this same office. And I was like overwhelmed with emotion and feeling, trying to navigate it and figure out truth. And it was just like, I can't separate it right now. And I mean, three different areas, but they also overlap. They were separate, but they also overlapped. Have you been there where you're facing something and this one thing might have triggered something else that triggered something else that triggered something else? And all of a sudden it's like a downward spiral in that moment. And you're like, how do I get out of this? Lord, how do I move forward? And once the message was over, I went on YouTube. I was already on YouTube, but I searched Trust in God by Elevation Worship. And it features Chris Brown and Isaiah Templeton. It's like 9 minutes and some change, but I turned it on and I played it again and I played it again. And it was on repeat the entire rest of the day. I might have listened to it 30 times straight, the entire 9 minutes. And it was like I was feeling a little bit better, um, but I wasn't fully there yet. And then yesterday I woke up. Matter of fact, when I went to bed, I turned it on. I had Alexa play it all night long, all day yesterday, even into today. So we're talking about 36, maybe almost close to 48 hours that I've had this song on repeat. Today, I woke up on fire, just like, yes, God, like, let's go. And he was downloading so many things into me. And it was just like I was knocking things out left and right, left and right. That's what we're supposed to be. That's how we're supposed to be most of the time. Now, I know no one's perfect. All your days aren't going to be good days. I got it. But God's mercies are new every morning. His joy comes in the morning. So, the whole point of this is to turn on what's going to feed your soul. So, if it's worship music, if it's praise music, turn it on. If you're kind of down in the funk and you're just like, oh, I don't want to do anything, Turn on some upbeat R&B, jazz, whatever it is that can get you going so that you can snap out of it. Don't stay stuck in that place. You have to shift your mindset. There are times that I don't have a lot of energy and I'm like, oh man, I need some energy. So I go on and turn on energy, and it gets me going and I'm moving. Um, and so it just helps. And so music is a beautiful thing and it can help you set the atmosphere. If you can't snap out of it yourself or get back focused or separate feelings from truth and emotions, turn on music. For me right now, this song is truly giving me life. Literally, it is feeding my soul. And the more I listen to it and praise and worship God and sing at the top of my lungs, the more elevated my feeling is and the more elevated my mood is and the more my focus is on God. And okay, what do you have for me to do today, Lord? Who do I need to bless? Who can I be a blessing to? It's the same thing I'm telling you. You may be stuck right now while you're watching this video. If you need a video to start with, I'm going to tell you to go to YouTube and start with Trust in God by Elevation Worship. But find what makes you feel better. Even if you don't feel better right away, the more you listen to it, the better it's going to get, and you will start to feel better. Set the atmosphere around you, make it conducive to what you need to be the best version of you and to operate in the gifts that God has given you. For you to even just take that next step, what can you do right now? If that means you're going to get up and go wash your face, brush your teeth, and start again, then do so. If it means you're going to turn off the TV or put your phone down and just spend some time journaling, reading, or just meditating, whatever you need to be the best you have to make time for that. Nothing is more important than self care because there's only one you, and you only get one shot at this thing called life. So you have to determine how you're going to live it. And you can do that hour by hour and day by day. I'm not even telling you to plan out the next 12 months. I mean, right here in this moment, because sometimes that's all you can do. We have enough for today. That's why you're not supposed to worry about tomorrow because you have enough to be focused on right here, right now. What can you do to make today better here, go forward, right now, in this moment? If you need help with it, please reach out. Send me a message. Let me know. You can email me, support@thejourneyofyou.net, or you can message me down below underneath this video, whatever it takes. You are not alone. We are all in this together. And there's power in prayer, and there's power in community. Let me help you, empower, equip, and encourage you to be all that God created you to be. You can do this. Have a fabulous day.